You might find it hard to believe, but some of the most iconic movie lines weren't scripted, they were completely improvised, from House MD to Good Will Hunting, and classic films like The Terminator. Chances are your favorite movie is on this list.
I hope that car never gets fixed.
Let's get straight into it. The title for the best improvisation in movie history has to go to Dustin Hoffman. While filming on a busy public street, a taxi driver nearly ran him over, but instead of breaking character, Hoffman stayed in the moment and made the most out of it.
I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Up yours, you son of a... You don't talk me that way! Get out of here! Don't worry about that. Actually, that ain't a bad way to pick up insurance, you know.
Winning over 50 awards since its debut in 2004, House MD has cemented itself as one of the greatest shows in television history. With the brilliant Hugh Laurie in the lead role, you'd expect every scene to be top tier. However, in this moment, it wasn't Laurie who stole the show, it was Kal Penn playing Dr. Kuttner. When House storms in demanding a reason not to fire them, Penn didn't have a scripted response. What he blurted out on the spot visibly threw Laurie off, leaving him struggling to regain his composure for a few seconds.
There's only one thing you can say to keep me from firing you.
Cameron wasn't fired.
Wrong.
We're sorry.
Wrong.
I love you.
Wrong.
I love you.
Wrong.
Matthew Macon was added to a scene in Dade and confused at the last minute with no scripted lines, so when the director called action, Matthew said,
All right.
The directors were so impressed by his presence that they created an entire character just to make him a bigger part of the movie.
So right before we're about to go, I'm like, what is Wooderson? What is Wooderson about? What's he about? And I go, man, he's about four things. He's about, his car. He's about getting high. He's about rock and roll and picking up chicks. And I go, I'm in my car. I'm high as a kite. I'm listening to rock and roll. Action. And there's the chick. All right.
That's amazing.
Good Will Hunting features several improvised lines by the late Robin Williams, but the most memorable one comes at the very end of the movie. To give some context, in one scene, Robin's character recalls the story of how he met his wife.
Just slid my ticket across the table and I said, sorry guys, I gotta see about a girl.
I gotta go see about a girl?
Yeah.
Later in the film, Will Hunting cleverly uses Robin's phrase against Robin himself.
If the professor calls about that job, just tell him, sorry. I had to go see about a girl.
Son of a bitch. He stole my line.
That iconic line was completely improvised by Robin Williams. Out of 15 takes, he only said it once, and that single moment made it into the final cut.
Son of a bitch. He stole my line.
I do not look down on kikes, wops, or greasers. Here you are all equally worthless.
What makes Full Metal Jacket so incredible is how the iconic drill sergeant role came to be. The crew struggled to find the perfect actor, so they turned to Lee Irie, who was originally just a technical advisor but had real-life experience as a drill sergeant.
One pull-up, Pyle. Come on, pull. You gotta be me, Pyle. Get your ass up there.
He was simply told to act as he would in a real boot camp, and allegedly half of his lines were completely improvised on the spot.
Do you think I'm funny?
Sir, no, sir!
Then wipe that disgusting grin off your face.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
That line is arguably one of the most parody in movie history. During the scene where Roddy Piper storms a bank to hunt down aliens disguised as humans, the director gave him complete freedom to say whatever he wanted. And Roddy's pick couldn't have been more perfect.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
The line became so iconic that even legendary actors like Al Pacino have referenced it themselves.
So, what'll it be? Chew gum or kick ass? I'm all out of gum.
Tropic Thunder is packed with unforgettable moments.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
And one of its most iconic and ad-libbed lines comes from Jack Black.
Hate movies.
A fun fact about the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger was paid over $21,000 per word, so naturally he had lived wherever he could, and one of those moments was,
I need a vacation.
it's crazy to think that he made $60,000 just from saying that.
I mean, picture a girl who just took a nosedive from the ugly tree and hit every branch coming down.
The famous story narrated by Matt Damon in Saving Private Ryan wasn't in the script, it was completely improvised on the spot. You know you're in for pure acting gold when you put Robin Williams in a wig and dress, and that's exactly what happened in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Could you make me a woman?
You are using jungle rape because that is the only color I love.
Matches your lip.
What really stood out in this movie was Robin Williams' brilliant ad-lib, a subtle yet clever reference to his own film, Dead Poets Society.
Just one moment. Carpe dentum. Seize the teeth.
Let me assist
you. Oh, Daddy, oh.
In one scene from Star Wars, Han and Luke disguise themselves in stolen stormtrooper suits. As Luke walks out of the room, he says,
I can't see a thing in this helmet.
What many don't know is that Mark Hamill didn't realize the cameras were rolling. He was actually complaining to Harrison Ford, and when the director saw it, they decided to leave the line in the final cut.
I can't see a thing in this helmet.
In the opening scene of Batman, Michael Keaton was originally supposed to say, I am the night, or I am vengeance, but neither he nor director Tim Burton felt those lines worked. So he just said,
What are you?
I'm Batman.
The producers of Jaws were working with a tight budget, which is why they ended up filming on a much smaller boat than ideal. Crew members constantly joked that they were going to need a bigger boat, but Roy Scheiderad lied the line into multiple scenes.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
That one was so perfect, they left it in the final cut, making it one of the most iconic movie quotes of all time.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
While filming the scene where Forrest meets Bubba, and Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks spontaneously decided to mimic Bubba's introduction, improvising the line on the spot.
Benjamin Buford Blue. People call me Bubba.
My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump.
Ghostbusters is a perfect showcase of Bill Murray's improvisational genius. Nearly all of his lines in the original film were ad-libbed, a remarkable feat, especially given the sharpness of his delivery.
Hey, where these stairs go? They go up.
When Draco Malloy sees Goyle wearing glasses, Tom Felton was supposed to deliver a scripted line, but in the moment he completely blanked, so he just said this.
Why are you wearing glasses?
Reading.
Reading? I didn't know you could read.
Gene Wilder was a brilliant improviser and an actor who inspired generations. You might know him best as Willy Wonka, but in this video he's Jim from Blazing Saddles. When Clevin Little's character arrives in town, he quickly realizes that nobody respects him, even though he's the sheriff.
Isn't it a lovely morning? Up yours.
As the moment sinks in, Gone Wilder jumps in with some impromptu humor, catching Cleveland off guard and making him burst into laughter.
You've got to remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land. The common clay of the New West. You know. Morons.
Thanks for sticking around until the end. Let us know in the comments which ad-lib was your favorite, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us out. See you in the next one.